Hello and welcome to Brass Tacks. I'm Zaka Jacob. Prime Minister Modi is continuing with his South India tour. He was in Jagtial in Telangana this morning, followed by Shimoga in Karnataka, and then ended the day with a roadshow in Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu. Tomorrow there's going to be another roadshow in Palakkad, followed by a public meeting in Salem. Now this is the 20th visit by the Prime Minister to the South since January, since the beginning of this year. Clearly there is a big southern push by the BJP for its Mission 370. But how much of this is hype and how much of it is realistic? After all, the electoral history of the South has shown that outside of Karnataka, the BJP has struggled to gain a foothold. Out of the 129 seats in the South in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, they had just 29, 25 of which came from Karnataka. So, will 2024 be any different? Will 2024 see the first saffron sunshine in the South for the BJP?
पहले 10 साल बीआरएस ने तेलंगाना को जम करके लूटा। कांग्रेस के पास विकास का एजेंडा नहीं, इसलिए वो तरह तरह के हथकंडे आजमाते हैं। 4 जून को 400 पार के मिशन में कर्नाटका की आप सभी मतदाताओं की बहुत बड़ी भूमिका है। शिवाजी मैदान में इंडिया अलायंस की तरफ से एक खुला ऐलान किया गया है। वो लोग हिंदू धर्म में समाहित शक्ति को समाप्त करना चाहते हैं।
It will be a total clean sweep. I think we'll win 39+1.
So BJP will not make any inroads in the southern part of the
The people of Tamil Nadu will take care of it.
BJP has made through the electoral bonds, which is now unconstitutional and illegal. You've seen how little the Congress has got and other parties have got. Yet we are absolutely confident they may try to buy the election. We will fight and defeat them.
All right, I want to first take you through the Prime Minister's almost election blitz, if you will, in southern India starting January. The 2nd and 3rd of January, he spent the day after New Year's in Tamil Nadu, Lakshadweep and Kerala. That was at the starting week of January in 2024. Then, as part of the 10-day Anushtan, just before the Ram Temple inauguration on the 16th and 17th of January, he went to Andhra Pradesh and to Kerala. Then on the 19th, 20th and 21st, he went to Karnataka and to Tamil Nadu. Then after a month's break or so, he went back again to the south on the 27th and 28th of February, where he was in Kerala and in Tamil Nadu. Then earlier this month, in March, between March 4th and 6th, again, he was in Telangana and then later in Tamil Nadu. And then over the last 2 or 3 days, from the 15th of March, 15th to the 17th, he's been in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala, in Telangana and in Karnataka. And the 18th of March, which is today, he was in Karnataka, Telangana and Tamil Nadu. And tomorrow again, he will be in Kerala and round off with a public rally in Salem in Tamil Nadu. Now, clearly, even as a bulk of the BJP's numbers come from the Hindi heartland, from northern India, the BJP has not shied away from looking south. They're going full steam ahead with a southern expansion. It may not have worked in 2019 or in elections in the past, but News18's mega opinion poll, which we showcased last week, has predicted a bit of a southern surge for the BJP. Let's take a look at it state by state. The poll suggested that as far as the state of Tamil Nadu is concerned, where right now the BJP does not have a single seat from, the 2019 elections, the DMK Congress combined had won 38 with a 56% vote share. The NDA had 0 seats, ADMK had 1. The poll is suggesting that 30 seats this time will go to DMK Congress, 5 seats to the NDA with an almost 10% jump in vote share, 4 seats to the AIDMK. This is as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. Let's look at the next state, which is the state of Kerala, where again the politics has always revolved between the UDF and the LDF. The BJP does not have a single MP in the history of Kerala elections in Lok Sabha. Last time the UDF won 18, the LDF won 1 and others won 1. Whereas the opinion poll suggests that the LDF could open the BJP could open its account with not just 1 but 2 seats in Kerala at 18% vote share, 4 to the LDF and 14 to the UDF. Then let's go to Karnataka, where again the BJP has had significant presence and significant rewards in elections in the past, including in 2019 as well as in 2014. In 2019, BJP had 26 out of 28 seats with a 61% vote share. Congress had just 1 seat. The prediction in the News18 opinion poll is BJP will retain a bulk of those 26. They'll get 25 and the Congress will get 3. Others get 0. Meanwhile, in the state of Andhra Pradesh, where again historically the BJP has found it very difficult to open its account. Last time around, the YSRCP had 22. 3 went to the TDP. Remember, the TDP was not in alliance in 2019, but 3 went to the TDP. This time, because of the alliance between the TDP, the BJP and the Janasena party of Pawan Kalyan, the prediction is that the NDA could end up getting as many as 18 seats in Andhra Pradesh and 7 seats to the YSR Congress. And finally, in the state of Telangana, where in the last elections in 2019, the BJP opened its account with 4 seats. Last time around with an almost 20% vote share. The Congress had only 3 and the BRS back then had 9 seats. Right now, the News18 opinion poll, which we showcased last week, is predicting that the Congress would get 6. The BJP could get as many as 8 seats in Telangana, double its seat share from last time around, and the BRS could end up with just 2 seats. So this is as per the News18 opinion poll for southern states. Let me now open this up to our panelists who are joining us. Dr. Ajay Alok is National Spokesperson of the BJP, Supriya Srinath, National Spokesperson of the Congress Party and in charge of the social media department, Sumansi Raman, author and political analyst, joining us, and Shekhar Iyer, veteran journalist, is also on the panel tonight. Let me start with Dr. Ajay Alok. The contention by the India Alliance partners, particularly in southern India, is the Prime Minister can make how many ever trips, how many ever visits he wants to South India, but the electoral history is against the BJP in these states outside of Karnataka. So he may have made 20 trips to South India since the start of 2024, but the prediction seems to be that the BJP will still struggle in these states.
Well, it's not a matter of struggle. Politics is a game of continuous putting yourself in, even if you are not winning. We are not those parties that if we are not winning a seat, we'll leave the place and we'll go away, like what others have done in the past. And results have paid, definitely. If you remember Telangana, we won 1 seat in 2014 and in 2019 we won 4. And this time your poll prediction says 8, but we are sure of winning at least 10 to 12 seats. That's for sure. In Kerala, there is a definite improvement, as all the poll prediction is saying, but we are going to improve on our tally much more than that, what your poll prediction says. The similar case is in Tamil Nadu. So, and I don't expect my opponents that they will wish good for us. So, it's a matter, and the Prime Minister, under the leadership of the Prime Minister, is a hard-working Prime Minister who, may he remains healthy. The kind of work he puts, that makes every worker very much energetic. That if the Prime Minister can work for 17 to 18 hours, why can't we? So every worker of the BJP is charged up in the southern India states and all over India, and they are giving up everything just to retain seats. And with all these kinds of election gimmicks going around, and people are accusing each other in different manner, humiliating religion very frequently, everything is going to count up. Whether it's the south or whether it's north or east or west.
Okay.
The situation and the story will be the same. We are going to win 400 plus.
Supriya Srinath, before the 2019 Lok Sabha election, the same was said of the BJP and Bengal. But then you saw what the BJP did in Bengal. They were the second largest party with 18 MPs. If the BJP could breach the Bengal fortress, what's stopping them from breaching the south? After all, they're throwing the kitchen sink. The Prime Minister himself has gone there 20 times since the start of this year.
I challenge the Prime Minister to put himself on the ticket as far as the South is concerned. There are 5 states there: Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra, Telangana. Sorry, 6. And the Prime Minister just needs to put himself on the ticket. The Prime Minister should take a leap of faith, and if he is so confident, he should pick one seat south of Vindhyas and contest that seat this election. That will show his intention, that will show his determination, and that will also show how serious he is about the south of India. How serious he is and how reliable his information on the south is. He can be misled by his own people. That's another thing altogether. If the Prime Minister is serious about the south, if the Prime Minister believes he has a winning chance there, if the Prime Minister of this country has a foot in the door as far as the southern states is concerned, let him contest an election there. He belonged to Gujarat. He came all the way to UP. UP elected him twice to parliament. Let him try his luck in any of the southern states. If according to you, things are about to turn and the tide is about to change. That's part 1 of the argument. Part 2 of the argument, and a very plausible part 2 of the argument, Zaka, also is that there is a reason why the South doesn't vote for Mr. Modi. Mr. Modi likes imperialistic things, whether it's language imperialism, whether it's imposing this one nation, one thought, one color, this oneness of things. India is a beautiful and a very, very beautiful bouquet of very diverse flowers. He tries to make it all painted one color. State after state doesn't like that. Whether it's, the south, whether it's the northeast, Mizoram, look at his vote share at half this election. Manipur, he can't set his foot in that state. So people don't like to be painted with one color, especially when our plurality and our diversity is so beautiful and needs to be celebrated. People are very fond and very, very, they feel very proud of their language. The Prime Minister forgets about not understanding those languages. A lot of us don't either. But we respect their culture, we respect their languages, we respect diversity. We don't want to paint the entire country in one color, which is why he doesn't have acceptability. And I doubt he ever will. And if he thinks he does, let him contest one seat in the
Ajay,
South.
a quick response, particularly to the second point, because this is a familiar sort of narrative against the BJP that you're a North Indian party, you don't know the South, you don't understand the South, and that's why you're not able to expand in the South.
Why not the first part of the argument, Zaka?
Fair enough.
Was that too tough to handle?
Yeah, no, the first part, he can respond to the first part as well. Yeah, Ajay, look.
Sure.
She very conveniently forgets that the Prime Minister in 2014 contested from Gujarat and UP, and he chose to retain UP. And now since UP is his workplace, he's contesting from UP and he's not scared of losing the seat. So he need not go anywhere else. Let other contest. If the same theory should be applied, Prime Minister should have contested from Bengal last time. All this logic does not work. Basically, what you are there on the ground is for everyone to see. Why Rahul Gandhi is not contesting from Amethi? Is he scared of losing? Why no candidate from Raebareli? Scared of losing? You are not finding candidates for madam. Nobody is ready to contest in UP and Bihar from a Congress ticket. That is the truth. So, talking about BJP and BJP not respecting the language and the plurality and the diversity of this country, then you are badly mistaken. Akhand Rashtra, we don't consider the India as a part, but we believe in India as such. We don't divide India on the basis of South and North. That's like what your leader does. Now and very frequently, even Rahul Gandhi did when he won from Wayanad, and he said that the people of the South and people of Wayanad are different from what I used to interact with people in Amethi. That's what Rahul Gandhi said. So you people are there for the diversionary tactic. You people are there for division. We are for the integration of the nation. We consider India as one nation, not like you guys.
Okay, I want to bring in the other two guests as well before I
just give me.
I need to have a right. I know. I still have another.
I need to have a short right of retort.
Yes.
This is not fair.
Sure.
Absolutely unfair, like you always do. I need to. He spoke twice. I need to speak
what
twice.
What is a short right of retort?
It's
never short. That's why. But I have two other guests as well. I have two other guests. I mean, please, let's extend the same courtesy.
That I said, Zaka.
Okay, short right of retort. 30 seconds. Okay,
Zaka,
let's do it. Short right of retort, 30 seconds.
You gave him a right
at the cost of Dr. Sumant Raman and Shekhar Iyer. Yeah, 30 seconds, Supriya, go ahead.
You can go.
Congress has an imposing habit all the time.
Guests,
on every place.
But the way, Zaka.
God, go ahead. I'm waiting for you.
Zaka Jacob. You can go to. You can go to 20 other guests for all I care, because this is your show and you've invited the four of us. But when you ask me for my answer and you go to him for a retort, it's only fair as an anchor and as a channel that you come to me for a counter as well. You made him speak twice, you make me speak twice as well. That's what fair shows are all about. Unless you want to wear another feather.
No, I'm still waiting for the retort.
I have a very simple argument.
The teacher attitude
I will speak for as long as my opponent did.
Yeah. You said short right to retort. Come on, let's get it out of the way. Let me get to the two other guests also, please.
You're doing me no favor by giving me a right to retort. It's only what a fair anchor would do.
Yes,
anyways.
go ahead.
To cut the long story short, I put out something very tersely and something very matter of factly. Mr. Modi is focusing on the South, like you in your opening commentary said. Like your survey showing the BJP is turning this tide in the south of India. You know, survey after survey that CNN News 18 has put together. Mr. Modi just has to take a leap of faith. He just needs to pick a seat anywhere in all of these states. These are states that belong to the country. There is a reason why Mizoram, there is a reason why Assam, there is a reason why Manipur are at civil war with each other. Do you not realize what's happening in this country?
Okay.
Does Mr. Modi even care?
Now let me
That's the question.
Okay, let me go
He
to the other
doesn't,
two guests.
and
They've been waiting patiently. Dr. Sumant Raman, just look at, and I said this at the top of the show as well. Kerala, in the last 3 months, the PM has gone there 3 times. Tamil Nadu, the maximum, he's gone there 7 times in the last 3 months. Karnataka, 3 times in 3 months. Andhra Pradesh, twice in 3 months. And Telangana, 4 times in 3 months. Now, whether or not you agree or disagree, and you're absolutely well within your right to diss the opinion polls, including the News 18 opinion poll last week. By the way, there are other opinion polls which are also suggesting that the BJP will do much better in the South compared to 2019 or 2014. But, like I said, there were instances, I mean, in 2014, I remember, people said, how can the BJP, even get to double digits in UP, right? The last time they had a sizable, respectable share of MPs from UP was way back in the late 90s, in the early 2000s. How will they get 50 seats or 60 seats? They ended up with 71. This was said in 2014, not so long ago. And the Bengal example that I cited just before the 2019 election, they said BJP has never had any presence in Bengal. They've not had a single MP from Bengal. And they had 18 in 2019. At that time too, both Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah, used to go to Bengal every other day. And people were like, why are they focusing so much on Bengal? They're not going to get anything from Bengal. The same is being said about the South this time around as well. Why should we believe that just like Bengal was a breakout for the BJP in 2019, that the South will not be one for the BJP this time around? Why? What is so different about the South?
Zaka, there are 2 reasons why the South may not be so easy to breach for the BJP. The first is that Hindutva does not have the same kind of appeal in southern part of India as it does in the north. And even in Bengal, though Hindutva is not such a powerful element there is an element of polarization which is possible because of the large minority population in Bengal. So there is a fertile ground in other parts of the country which the South does not afford for the BJP. That's natural. The second point is that one of the tricks that I believe the BJP has missed out on is that the way to South India's heart is through its pocket. And the BJP has not been liberal in opening the purse strings as far as southern India is concerned. Tamil Nadu, I will give you an example, the classic example. The BJP could have won more vote share in Tamil Nadu had they released 200 or 300 crores for flood relief. Now the DMK carries it and says they did not give 1 paisa. So these kind of things, the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in Madurai, for which the first brick has not been laid in 7 years. So I think that the BJP missed a trick. Large parts of southern India have voters who are extremely politically conscious. Kerala, we all know how politically conscious the state is. So even in Kerala, where there is a possibility of creating a polarization, the BJP has not succeeded. So I think they have missed a trick. One correction to what Ms. Supriya said is that the Prime Minister can actually comfortably win in quite a few seats in the South. Classical example being Karnataka. He can win from any of the seats in Bangalore. He can win from Secunderabad in Telangana. So there are enough and more seats where he could win comfortably from the South. But it's not about him. It's about the rest of the party being able to pull its weight. And since he is virtually the sole campaigner for the party now, and nobody else is really in a position to even, support him in a significant manner. That is why he is having to make these rounds repeatedly. So I think it's also a sort of, while the
Okay.
BJP may advertise it as their strength, I think it's also a reflection of their weakness, that they have just one star campaigner and just one person is going to have to crisscross, which has also led to this charge that the schedule of the election was created in a way that enables Mr. Modi to cover as many constituencies
Okay,
as
so
possible.
let me show this on the magic wall before I go to Shekhar Iyer on this one, as to why the BJP thinks that the South is fertile ground for it, and why the South is critical for them if they have to get to mission 370 individually or NDA's mission 400. Let's go one by one. Let's start with Tamil Nadu. In 2019, remember, the ADMK and the BJP at that time fought together, but we've separated their vote shares just so that our viewers understand. Last time around, the BJP didn't get a single seat out of Tamil Nadu. They had a 3.5%, almost 3.6% vote share. This was in 2019. This is the state of Tamil Nadu, 0 MPs, 3.5% vote share. In the state of Kerala, where their vote share has been always in double digits, even in the last election, even though it was a straight fight between LDF and UDF, and it's always seen this bipolarity. The NDA, the BJP, ended up getting 13% vote share. Its ally, the BDJS, almost 2%. So 15% vote share the NDA got, but again, 0 seats in the state of Kerala. In the state of Andhra Pradesh, this could possibly be a breakout state for the BJP. Last time, remember, they were not fighting together, but this time we've added the TDP, the Jan Sena, and the BJP, of course. The BJP had a less than 1% vote share last time around. The TDP had almost 40%. Jan Sena had about 6% or so. So if you add the vote shares, it's almost as much as what the YSRCP got. Remember, last time YSRCP swept in both the state elections as well as in the Lok Sabha elections. The TDP had 3 MPs. The BJP had none at less than 1% vote share. But combined, this is where the sum of parts is greater than each of them individually. Combined, they have almost 47% vote share, which is closer to the 49% vote share which YSRCP had last time around. And of course, in Telangana, where the BJP has done traditionally well, last time around they had 4 MPs, all seats north of Hyderabad, where they had 4 MPs at almost 20% vote share, 19.5% vote share. But the BRS, which was the ruling party back then, had 9 seats and 41% vote share. This vote share and this MP sort of number of seats for the BRS, who will it go to? Will it split more in favor of the BJP, or will it split more in favor of the Congress, which is the ruling party? So will it be an anti-incumbent vote, or will it be a vote that favors the incumbent again? So the BJP is hoping that it can improve its share of 4 MPs and 20% vote share in the state of Telangana. So Shekhar Iyer, now that I've put out the lay of the land in terms of vote share and seats that the BJP had in 2019, why is 2024 looking different to you? At least that's the BJP's hope. That's what they are sort of riding the mission 370 on, that they will have substantial gains in southern India. Of course, in northern India, large parts of the Hindi heartland, they won maximum seats in UP, in Bihar, in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. So why do they feel that in 2024 they'll be able to do substantially better in the south as compared to the last 2 elections?
Zaka, the Prime Minister's mission south did not begin in January or 6 months ago. It has been on since the last 2 years, when the Kashi Tamil Sangamam was thought of. And after that, you had the Saurashtra Tamil Sangamam. The Prime Minister has believed that Tamil Nadu, states like Tamil Nadu hold a huge potential. Huge potential because the perception that you get upon Tamil Nadu is largely from a media which owes its allegiance to DMK, and also a lot of the so-called social media influencers are either because of duress from the DMK or otherwise tend to play down the role of the BJP. But when Annamalai undertook this Padayatra, the kind of reception he got, because it was straight away from zero, and the Prime Minister always believes that whether people call it hype or not, ultimately those hype can turn into reality. And today, if he is spending time in Coimbatore, in Salem, and repeatedly going there, or even in Kerala has always been a demographic challenge to BJP. But in states like Tamil Nadu, where the Prime Minister believes BJP cannot simply keep its eyes off Tamil Nadu, at least he doesn't want the BJP to meet the fate of the Congress. See, Congress today in Tamil Nadu cannot do anything independently. In fact, in the last 5 years, even Sonia Gandhi asked their leaders in the meeting in last October Why you people are not active on the ground? But Prime Minister doesn't want that to happen to BJP. That is why this time they may be plowing a lonely furrow. Because right now the one good news that is coming is Patali Makkal Katshi is now going to align with the BJP. That's a very big thing that will happen. It will influence some constituencies in western districts, also some constituencies in northern districts. This has happened after a huge debate within the PMK family between the father Dr. S. Ramadas and the son Anbumani Ramadas, who favors going with the BJP. So, Tamil Nadu is a state where the Prime Minister is not a person who will just go by the feeling that we can never do it. Because in other states where they have grown, they have started like this only. When everybody is saying it's all hype, nothing will happen, and they have moved.
Okay.
And today, and Zaka, since Supriya Srinath is present today, in fact, the whole day there was speculation about Supriya being the Congress candidate for Raebareli. The whole day it was going on.
We won't do that speculation. I'm not going to put her in that embarrassing position where she has to confirm or deny that on TV. But,
the whole day
we'll wait for that official announcement. But I know what you're talking about. But anyway, today's debate is not about individual candidates. It's about whether the BJP can make roads into the south, inroads in a way that they haven't in 2019 or in 2014. So Ajay Alok, one of the problems for the BJP, and you can look at the record from 2014, even in state elections, where the BJP has gone up against a powerful regional party, whether in the south or in the east, their record has been much worse compared to when it's a straight fight between the BJP and the Congress. And you can take a look at Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, in any state, even in the smaller states, Uttarakhand, etc., where it's straight fight between the Congress and the BJP tends to do much better. Whereas when it's BJP up against a regional party, as is the case in many of the southern states, they tend to do not so well.
No, these trends are changing. These trends are changing, and the politics is never constant. It's a dynamic process. Like what I said earlier, that you have to put in yourself all 24/7. And that's what we have been doing. For example, Northeast Tripura is a classical example. We ended the bastion of communists for the last 25 years by constant trying, and our workers did that. Now, you said that BJP is trying to come to in South. No, we are already there in the South. We are the largest party in the South. We have more MPs than Congress in South at the moment. We're trying to increase our tally. Karnataka, we are already there. We have already made inroads in Tamil Nadu, like what right now my esteemed friend Shekhar said. Under Annamalaiji's leadership, the BJP is doing tremendously well, and we are pretty confident that Tamil Nadu is going to come up as a surprise. The same thing will happen in Kerala. Andhra, with this alliance with TDP and Pawan Jansena, we are going to sweep Andhra like anything. So the dynamics is absolutely changing, and everybody is aware of it. Look at the kind of veil attacks the BJP is facing, just because when you face attacks, because when you are a threat, and we are already a threat to all these existing parties. And that is because the Prime Minister considered that the BJP should be strong on their own feet, should not be dependent, like what you said earlier, that we don't want to be like Congress, that we are dependent on anyone. No, we are trying to make our organization, the effort is on, we will improve from 2019, that is for sure, and in 5 years, definitely, we will try and build our state government also. That is also the future dream. And that's what every state leadership is thinking, whether Telangana or whether Tamil Nadu or whether Kerala.
So, Supriya Srinath, the BJP is positioning itself as the principal opposition player, or at least trying to occupy the opposition space, whether it is in Tamil Nadu with a disintegrated AIDMK, whether it is in Telangana where your party is in power and the BRS seems to be on the wane, the BJP is trying to capture the opposition space. Even in Andhra Pradesh, the principal fight today is between YSRCP and this NDA alliance of TDP, JSP and BJP. The Congress is nowhere in the picture in that state. So please answer to that point. I think Shekhar was making that point. Today the Congress is a junior partner even in a state like Tamil Nadu.
Firstly, I would not like to answer anything from the BJP, its ecosystem or its mouthpieces to begin with, whether it's speculation on me or any vile comments being made here. I would want to say two things, Zaka, and please remember the two southern states that went into elections recently were Karnataka and Telangana. Please count the number of trips that the Prime Minister made to both these states, and both these states resoundingly rejected what he was offering. They resoundingly rejected his divisive agenda. They resoundingly rejected what he was trying to do with his B teams there. Did not work. So Karnataka and Telangana voted decisively and voted in our favor. That's point number one. Point number two, and it's rather hilarious for me to hear a BJP spokesperson say, we are not dependent on anyone. If you see the kind of inclusions that the BJP is making, the way they bent backwards in a state like Bihar, or the kind of tussle that they're facing in Maharashtra, or the kind of inclusions they're making from other political parties into their fray, it doesn't bode well for a party that says we're not dependent on anyone. Actually, the BJP has never looked as helpless and with such open arms to anybody and everybody from whatever ideology and whatever past and whatever they may have done and whatever allegations that they may have been thrown at. So the reality is that the BJP is far more dependent on everybody else than it has ever been. I mean, that's data for you, and I'm just rattling stuff that one sees as a student of politics. You see what's happening in the BJP. The BJP is far, far, far more desperate to accommodate anybody who's willing to join the BJP today, and at the cost of ignoring its own cadre. So this doesn't vote for somebody who says we're not dependent on anyone. I only have one thing to say. This is not about the South versus the North, and I would advise channels like you to not make that divide either. I will not sit here and be preached by a spokesperson, a foul-mouthed spokesperson, that we divide. I think India remained united with the Congress in power. We are seeing the divisive secessionist forces coming to force right under the BJP's nose. So no, I'm not going to take that line down. But I will say one thing, whether it is the South or the North, the issues of the people, whether it's unemployment, high prices, income inequality, growing accumulation of wealth in the hands of few, and crimes against women. It is blasphemous to not talk about these issues and make these imaginary divides in our mind. The Prime Minister, if he's sure about the political heavyweight, he must go to the South and contest the election.
Ajay, quick rebuttal on the point. I mean, if you're so confident about 370 and 400, why are you making alliances with BJD, even in your home state, JDU and LJP and so on? What was a reason to, ally with all of these parties if you're so confident about 370 and 400? That's the question from Suprashini.
If inclusion in Indian politics is like backbending, we are better in doing that. We believe in inclusive politics. We are making allies because allies want to ally with us because we are powerful. They want to come under the leadership of Modi. We are not forming an India where multiple leaders are there. And what kind of inclusion? I am begging, please come in West Bengal. I am begging. No, all 42 candidates announced. What do you understand by inclusive politics? You are a threat to every second people whom you ally with. Whether it's a case in Maharashtra, whether it's in UP, you are not trustworthy, everybody says. That's on record. We are
you are a threat to this nation, Mr. Lok, whatever your name is. You are a threat to this nation.
You have already destroyed this nation. We are trying to repair this. We are trying to repair it. Your problem is the Congress Party's problem is with the grand illusion. The grand illusion you have that you are the so-called demigods of this country.
You are not
trying to impose everything on everyone. Even on the channel. Even on the channel you try to impose. This is your problem.
Okay.
And please get out of your grand illusion. It's already broken.
I'm going to pull out of the spokespersons. Let me give the final comments to Dr. Sumant Raman. I don't want to bring in historical sort of references or historical examples, but you go back all the way to the 1977 election, something similar happened, where it was an iconic election. It was a seminal election where India voted out Mrs. Gandhi. But even in that election, the Congress had residual seats in the South, whereas it was the Janata Party that won in North India. Today, something similar is being seen. Would it be safe to say that the BJP making inroads in southern India is perhaps more plausible than Congress revival in the heartland? Because on both of these factors, I suspect, will lie the result of the 2024 election.
I think, Zaka, what we can all agree on is that the BJP is going to improve its vote share. Now, where we differ is this translating into number of seats, especially in the states of Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Telangana. That's really where the dispute is. I don't think there's anybody in this panel who's actually going to say the BJP is not going to increase its vote share. The point really is that if they are thinking long term, yes, that could be, and they have been thinking long term in most of the other places. So to that extent, I think that this strategy will work. Will it make an immediate impact? I don't think so. I don't think that they're going to win big in Tamil Nadu. I don't think
All
so
right.
at all. And I think this whole issue of Mr. Annamalai is hugely overhyped. If the poll was held on social media, I'm sure BJP will sweep in Tamil Nadu, but I don't see it happening on the
Okay.
ground. Yeah,
All
so
right, all right.
many of the southern states, they're going to increase vote share, but they're not going to win a great deal outside.
I'm going to have to leave it at that. We're completely out of time. But let's see. This whole conversion from vote share to seats, you have to cross a minimum threshold. Depends from state to state. It depends from election to election. It could vary anywhere between 25% to 33%. So between a fourth and a third is that break point where you convert vote share into seats. And for that, like I showed on the magic wall, in many of these states, the BJP needs to up its vote share substantially. As Sumant Raman said, one way of doing that is to fight on your own strength and not to have to depend on allies and the crushes of allies, which is what they're doing, at least in a large number of these southern states. Whether or not that converts into seats, that of course is going to be a big question.